without revealing his whereabouts, and no doubt laughing at his victim's naivete. Joran has the audacity to admit in an apologetic email to Beth Holloway that he lied to Kelly about the location of Natalie's body. Item on or about May 27th. Vandersloot meets 21-year-old Stephanie Flores Ramirez at the poker tournament. A business student and the daughter of a prominent local businessman. Because Stephanie, like Joran, was an avid gambler. The two may have met before. Item the early morning hour.
Wait a second. Joran sent John Q. Kelly. Oh, this is just ridiculous. Joran sent John Q. Kelly received Joran's admission that he lied, and then John Q. Kelly sent Joran a email saying, "Very troubled. I'll contact you tomorrow," and that is on May 24th. And then Joran sends John Q. Kelly on May 25th an email indicating that he was really truly sorry and that you may not believe me, but I'm really truly sorry, and he'll wait for John Q. Kelly's email, which should have gone through to Joran on May 25th. Now, all this can be verified by looking at the Today Show from Friday, which is on my YouTube channel. They're missing pieces here. This is sad.
Of May 30th. Surveillance video from the Atlantic City casino shows Stephanie and Joran together. The stage is now set for murder. Item, despite warnings to casino security from entertainer Roberto Blades that there is a notorious suspected killer in their midst, nobody intervenes as predator and prey leave the casino, bound for the Dutchman's Hotel. It is 5:10 in the morning. Item 5:33 a.m. Surveillance video from Vandersloot's hotel, the Miraflores Tech, shows the pair entering. Joran, who has prepaid his modest $30 a night room charge in advance, is by this time well known to the hotel staff. Item, the incredible video record continues, showing the pair entering the hotel elevator. Why Stephanie chose to follow Joran may never be known. Item, the hours between 5:33 and 8:15 a.m. on May 30th show Joran leaving his hotel room 209 alone, only to return minutes later, carrying 2 cups of coffee and some local bread. Whether he was bringing Stephanie a coffee or merely carrying 2 cups to give the impression that she was still alive is not yet known. Item 8:45 a.m. on May 30th, with surveillance cameras rolling, Joran leaves the Miraflores Tech Hotel for the last time. He does not check out, and he asks the lobby clerk that his girlfriend not be disturbed. General Cesar Guardia of the Peruvian National Police.
Joran, he said, struck Stephanie Flores repeatedly, strangled her, shook her, threw her on the floor, and when he saw that she was still breathing, he used his own shirt to suffocate her.
Item May 31st. With Stephanie's car dumped in a rough neighborhood in Lima and riding in a local taxi, Joran crosses the international border into neighboring Chile. Item June 1st. Stephanie's family reports that they think she has been kidnapped. Item Wednesday, June 2nd. Stephanie's fully clothed but brutally battered body is found face down in Joran's hotel room. She is carried away from her fatal encounter, even as Joran Vandersloot is named the prime suspect in her murder. Through Interpol, an international arrest warrant is issued, and the world hears for the first time that the notorious Vandersloot is wanted for killing again. Item that same day. Authorities in Chile announced that he has entered their territory. Current whereabouts unknown. Item Thursday, June 3rd. Chilean authorities announced the arrest of Vandersloot after his taxi is stopped by a well-placed roadblock. During a subsequent interrogation, authorities seize his laptop and other incriminating evidence. Item that same day, June 3rd. More than 3 weeks after it happened, the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Alabama finally announces wire fraud and extortion charges in connection with the May 10th sting. Item Friday, June 4th. In an elaborate encounter, Chilean authorities hand Van Sloot over to Peruvian police. The smug and self-satisfied killer is now headed for his own special hell. Later taunted by angry crowds shouting shame and murderer, many see her murder as a crime against their entire nation. Later Friday, Joran Van Sloot confesses to his crime.
Los elementos
The
incriminatorios
incriminatory elements we gathered have led us to conclude that this Dutch citizen is the author of this terrible crime.
convicción
We have testimonial declarations of witnesses,
holandés
such as a hotel employee,
es el
a
autor
foreign
material
citizen he was playing poker with.
este execrable
We have videos,
crimen.
crime scene evidence, as well as fingerprints of this person
Las declaraciones
on the victim's car.
testimoniales de los
We also
testigos
have his confession, which has been corroborated.
ahora del hotel.
All this solid evidence forced him to confess his responsibility for the crime.
Come back. We will be live in both Aruba and in Lima, Peru, as we continue our investigation. Please stand by.
Okay, and Geraldo's timeline is really missing a few pieces, which I'm sorry if I interjected in the show. Now, Joran, according to reports, sends John Q. Kelly an email indicated he lies on May 17th. However, the email that John Q. Kelly showed on the Today Show was dated May 24th, saying, "Very troubled, I'll contact you tomorrow." There was a 7-day span in there. And I find it very odd that it took 7 days to respond to Joran indicating he lied. So there's quite a few pieces missing between Joran stating he lied on May 17th to May 24th for John Q. Kelly responding to that email. And then, of course, we have that email that John Q. Kelly says to Joran he'll contact him tomorrow, and that would have been May 25th. And the video of the coffee with Joran with the striped shirts, we know watching that Joran came out of the room with the full cups of coffee, either to try and set up an alibi, as in that he was coming back to the hotel room with the 2 cups of coffee. And what had happened was apparently someone might have spotted him in the hallway, and what he had to do was turn around and appear like he was locked out, coming back with the coffee. And then at that point he had to go get the clerk, even though the keys were probably still in his pocket. And I think what he was trying to do was to get the desk clerk to see inside the room that Stephanie was on the floor, and then said, well, she was alive when I left. But that's just my opinion on it, but that's how I looked at that. We have not ever seen the video of Joran going out for the coffee. And that was reported at 8 o'clock in the white shirt, but we haven't seen that part yet. Oh, this is frustrating.